I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. I'm bouncing off the walls again. Whoa, I'm acting like a fool again. Whoa, hello everybody. My name is Richard Vigorelli, and I am your guide for everything Chinese medicine. This is Mari. No, she's over here. And why am I talking so fast? Well, it's because I'm trying to set stuff up so that you will understand. And today we are talking about joy and how amazing and wonderful it is, and also why in Chinese medicine it's not a good thing. Wow, that calmed. Okay, so let's talk about this. Now, joy is the emotion of the heart. It's very outward, it's very spreading, it's very, well, it's kind of aggressive, really. And joy is the emotion that you feel when things are going well, when things are good, when you are, happy, because happy is an aspect of joy, okay? It's the emotion of a good time. It's the emotion, and I'm still sweating, it is the emotion of fun, okay? Now, why did then the masters that figured out Chinese medicine decide, hey sweetheart, decide that joy was bad? Well, what I did was that kind of annoying, kind of like, holy crap, what is wrong with you? I'd say so. That's why I did it. And I wanted to be kind of in your face about it, okay? So, people that are heavily invested in joy tend to be a little bit on the obnoxious side, right? One of the hallmarks of it is singing random songs like I did, or quoting things, or just kind of talking about random stuff without any contextual linkings or segues of any kind. So, it becomes extremely difficult to talk with the person. It becomes really difficult for that person to do meaningful work in society because, well, they're bouncing off the walls, really. Now, I am not saying, and I do want to get this out of the way very, very quickly, that joy should never be felt. No, wrong. Joy should be felt, but it should be felt in the correct context and for reasons that don't that are actually beneficial for you. Okay? So, even if you feel the urge to jump out and say something from your favorite movie from, I don't know, 1986 or whatever, or this amazing song that you heard on the radio that you just love and can't help but bop around to, always remember time and place, okay? And highly recommended that if you are in, a society like you probably are, especially if you have the technology that allows you to view this thing, you not obey those urges. It makes you kind of a weirdo. People won't want to talk to you. You might be fun and cute for a little while, but eventually they're going to get very upset, okay? Especially if you're breaking cultural norms and mores, okay? All right. So, people that are also invested with what the Chinese call joy, they tend to indulge urges readily and without consideration for anybody around them or the ramifications of those urges. This would be like making a lewd comment to someone. This would be like deciding, oh, I just want to do the thing because reasons. Okay? And they don't like that. Okay? So, please check that. Now, that's the more aggressive, yang version of joy. Let's go into the yin. Alright, the yin aspect of joy is contentment. Okay? Contentment is when everything is good. Not necessarily awesome, but it's good. You're happy. Okay? You got all the food you need. You got a nice house. Clothes are good. You got people you care about. Money's rolling in. Ain't got a care in the world. So you just kind of sit back with whatever drink in your hand and watch the sunset. Every single night. Every single night. Every single night. Well, the world marches on. Time marches on. Things change. Okay? Eventually, everything that made your life work doesn't work anymore. Okay? So contentment is a breeding ground for weakness. Okay? Contentment easily becomes complacency. So if you become complacent, everything that is set up that makes your life work may eventually break. Your government could fall apart. The clean water that comes through your tap could one day not be there or just become dirty. The food that you buy may become unavailable or may become expensive. The people that you rely on to get the things that you need to have the times that you have may disappear. They may die. They may just not want to talk to you anymore because reasons. Okay? Your clothes will wear out. You need to tend to the building in which you live in, otherwise it will fall apart. It's just a matter of time. So you need to do maintenance on it. And if you regard everything as fine, eventually everything will betray. Okay? You have to keep constantly changing, getting ready, and expecting things to fall apart so that you do things so they don't fall apart. Okay? I know, because when I was in my 20s, that happened. Life was good, I got complacent, and things fell apart. The stuff that I needed. I didn't realize how fragile my life was until it was falling apart in shards around me. Food became all but impossible to obtain. I couldn't get new clothes as they rotted off, as they just broke down from wear, washing and so forth. Relationships started to fall apart because I didn't attend to them. I didn't reinforce the camaraderie and the loyalty and the love between us. Eventually we just stopped talking. Okay? That person was, some of those people were key contacts in my life, and I had to either reforge those relationships or I had to find new ones. And as you get older, that gets harder and harder and harder. Okay? It's all because my life was good, and then it wasn't. Okay? Now, this also brings me to the next version of joy that is also highly detrimental. It's called euphoria. Euphoria is you are 100% in the moment, and that moment is really, really awesome, and you just want it to last forever. So you prolong it as long as you can. And it may take to using artificial means to prolong that moment. We call it being high. Okay? Now, if you remember, I did a video on emotions and addiction. This is one of the ways that addiction comes about. Okay? You just want to feel good. Okay? So you are perpetually running away from pain. Don't do that. Okay? Pain forces you to adapt. It forces you to change things. It forces you to improve. And if you can hear some banging and ringing, Mari's playing with a toy right now. I'm sorry if it's distracting. Okay? Okay. If you are not changing and adapting to the new world the next day, it's going to destroy you. Those of you who have read Alice in Wonderland, which I actually highly recommend, even if you're not a kid, it's actually a pretty decent book. When she meets the Queen tells her, we're going to have a race, and I'm going to win. There's nothing you can do to beat me. You have to run at your top speed in order to stand still. Okay? What she's talking about is nature. Okay? Nature will always defeat you. The best you can do is to constantly update, evolve, grow, change, build, in order to just stay right where you are, in order to maintain. Okay? A lot of people think that if you have your own business, you're your own boss, you don't have to go to work. No! No, 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 no. Okay? You will probably not work a 40-hour week if you want to be successful. You're probably going to be upwards of 50 or 60 a week because unless you can delegate duties out to someone, you're going to be doing the work of 3 or 4 people. Guaranteed. I know I do. It's one of the reasons why my upload time doesn't go very well, because I'm usually busy. I'm always working, doing something. Okay? I've got a house to run, I've got a business to run, I've got to take care of myself, I've got to take care of other people. A lot of work. Okay? Like I said, I'm running as fast as I can, I'm standing still. Okay? When you get content, you slow down. Okay? Because I don't need to run any faster. You eventually slow down, and then things overtake. Okay? Then you have to speed up and play catch up, and that adds a bunch of extra resource requirements, a bunch of extra time requirements, then you exhaust yourself and then you're screwed. Okay? So, when it comes to joy, it is a surprisingly dangerous little emotion. Okay? It looks nice, it looks awesome, but it shields you from the necessary pain, the necessary suffering, so that you can actually grow your life. Okay? And if anything you do is easy, it really isn't actually worth it. Okay? Anything worth it should be very difficult. And it should suck. Okay? Someone who is an adult will live in that terribleness, that suffering, and they will use it to their advantage in order to get past it, and then take in all of that experience and make themselves that much stronger. Okay? People that live in a perpetual state of joy are surprisingly very, very weak in the world. Okay? When all of those things that give them joy disappear, then they have no joy to speak of, and they suffer immensely because they have no resilience whatsoever. Okay? So, what do I mean by all this? Well, joy and happiness should be fleeting. Okay? But so should suffering. Okay? Every storm runs out of rain. It's an old adage. Okay? And yes, you should have hope. But you need to use that hope to do the things that you need to do so that the problem will disappear. Okay? Alright. So, I think that's enough soapboxing for the day. If you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below, and don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Feel free to share this with somebody you think might be a little bit off. It will probably help them. I know it'll help me. And it might even help you too. Right? If you need to get in touch with me directly, feel free to visit my website at vigintmed.com. That stands for Vigorelli, integratedmedicine.com. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.